the key themes this year have dramatically changed from last year. Last year would have been all about pandemic and coming out of the pandemic. I think geopolitically, obviously, we have conflicts in Eastern Europe, but more, recently, obviously, we are talking about liquidity crises and, our banks basically holding up to the promise of safeguarding people's money. And I think you can hear most of the themes all about, managing that risk and communicating effectively with your customers. So challenges that the customers are facing now are how do they make use of the vast amount of data that they use. So more and more, like if you think about our niche industry, we're talking about market risk, we're talking about liquidity risk, we're talking about making use of trade analytics to even utilize it in not just post but prediction analysis. So here, I think what most of the customers are thinking of is like, I already have an infrastructure, I've already invested, or I might even thinking about going to the cloud. How do I best tackle the challenge of taking data from a data lake, all the way to the end user, from a restitution point of view, and how many tools / vendors or solutions are out there that can assist me in doing that, or do I actually have to go and build it and do it myself? I think those are the key questions they're facing, and I believe Opensee is very well positioned to assist them. So Opensee helps customers with their data challenges because we are able to tackle their data journey irrespective of where they are. We have people from a maturity point of view that are at the very beginning. They need to start building new systems or upgrading, old legacy structures. And here we're very well equipped to really assist them in, just advising them on how to go about ingesting vast amounts of data, all the way to, building, UI templates for them that assist them for giving them capabilities such as building very quickly pivot tables, drilling down to data from an end user perspective. There are others who have already invested in platforms and data management platforms, but they haven't really tackled or found a way to tackle the ability to take the data, model it in such a way that it is easy to query and to give literally the end user what they want. And again, here, I believe Opensee is very well positioned to assist them. So the size of the budget does maybe impact the way they would utilize our services. As an example, the sales side have traditionally been more budget rich. Again, not everybody, it's traditionally, versus the buy side obviously need a little bit more help. And here I would argue that you could have two types of deployment methodologies. Opensee is very agnostic. Some people like to go into the cloud. So if the buy side is, I would say, more budget constrained, here we have the ability to assist them with a fully managed solution, versus on the sales side, even given the sensitivity of the data that we sometimes deal with, deploying it into their own data structures. Here we have the ability to do a hybrid or on-prem solution, which is a little bit obviously more implementation intensive. But at the end of the day, I believe there is a path for both buy and sell side, and also a path for somebody that might have a smaller budget versus somebody that has a bigger budget. So what's coming down the track is, I think FRTB is still very much a topic, and here the ability to really be ready from a regulatory point of view, which by all means sometimes takes up to a year to put the systems in place to be able to be compliant. So regulatory compliance is still very much, I would say, a topic that has been talked in this conference. The second thing is, liquidity, especially given the current crises, and probably all the new regulations / compliance that are coming down the road. So people want to be ready. They don't want to be surprised by the regulator in their country, in their jurisdiction. So again, how do you think of your data challenges to be able to comply with that? And the third one is, I think ESG is still, even though it has gotten a little bit, to the back given the geopolitical situation, I think ESG is still something that also people are really very much interested in, and making sure that they have the ability to report and have innovative ESG solutions to differentiate themselves to, through their competitors.